On Cue's Vision 2020 segment is brought to you by Hormel Foundation, Games People Play, and Turtle Creek Estates.
And welcome back. Time now for our Vision 2020 update. Cody Fox joins us from the Embrace and Maintain Our Waterways Committee in Austin. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
You're doing some work with your volunteers on Dobbins Creek.
Yes.
And where is that for folks that don't really know about it?
Well, actually, the Dobbins Creek runs right through Austin. It's the creek that comes through the Nature Center.
That we would, some people would call the Cedar River, or is that's not right?
It flows into the Cedar River down by Dresner Park.
Okay.
Down there, where the people play the frisbee golf and stuff.
Sure. Oh, that's an important waterway for the city.
It is. It's one of our flashiest streams of the area. The stream actually goes all the way northeast, almost, just south of Brownsdale, and then heads up towards Dexter. I would say just a little bit west of Dexter. A watershed of about 25,000 acres.
My goodness. And it's important. So what are you trying to do with your helpers, the volunteers, to try to make it better? What are you working on?
We're trying to collaborate people together to get them knowledgeable about some of the issues that we have, kind of gather some strengths and start putting additional projects on the ground to help ease flooding, soil erosion, water clarity. All those kind of go hand in hand to make the community and the waterways more successful and more vibrant.
Is that for the use of Dobbins Creek? I mean, it's not, you can't canoe on it, right? It's not big enough. I mean, would it be for fishing, or what other uses do you think?
Some people do fish it to the extent, that's a little questionable of what you can exactly get in there. I suppose in the spring there's probably more fish that may spawn up in there potentially.
But if all these things happen and you really make progress with the creek, we'll have less erosion, we'll have less runoff.
Yep, our primary goal is when you get these larger rains, that's when typically you have, your worst water clarity. It's usually almost looks like mud coming through through the creek. Our goal is to start slowing the water down. That'll actually help a lot of that soil to stay up on the field and keep the water a little bit more clear. So it's going to take.
One of the things that you're doing, or that scientists such as yourself work on, is what are called sediment basins.
Yep.
And what are those?
Yeah, they're basically, to put it quite simply, they're design berms. Typically landowners and even contractors that move dirt will work with us, and we'll go out there, survey the area, figure out how much water goes down through there, and basically what we're doing is building a berm and then putting an inlet. So the water, instead of just kind of coming down off the hill and possibly creating a gully, which typically in that case it does, we'll actually build a berm, slow that water down, and then put a tile intake and drain it safely. So you're actually slowing all that water down and keeping the sediment on the field versus boom, right into the creek.
Okay, so it's the speed, you slow it down, and that allows the sediment to go down, or is there a screen or something?
There's no screen, but what happens is the water starts ponding up temporarily for usually about 24 hours, and that's good for farmers. It doesn't damage their crops too much, but it allows that sediment to drop out of the water and actually kind of settle. We actually have many pictures where after floods you'll go out to these sediment basins where after they dry up, and you can see piles of dirt from up above that. And typically they're on real heavy rains, but that's exactly how they work. They catch the sediment on the field instead of putting them down in the stream. Once it hits the stream, it's gone.
How did you learn how to do this? Is there a soil science that you studied in school?
Natural resource management degree. You get a lot of information from the people before you, and they established all these relationships. And fortunately, I just got a bunch of good coworkers and stuff that helped teach me along the way. Conservation organizations are around the state, and we all work together very closely and have very good relationships. So that definitely helps. I definitely can't say I just came in here knowing all this information.
Well, it's fascinating, and thanks for sharing a bit of it with us, Cody.
It is. Thank you.
Cody Fox, Embrace and Maintain Our Waterways Committee. That'll do it for this edition of On Cue. I'm Eric Olson. We'll see you again next time.